Hey everyone, how are you today? Hello, hello. It's Friday. I am in Eugene, Oregon. I just dropped my son off at college and he's happy. He's spent the night and slept well and met new friends and already has a full day today. So I'm hanging out at a friend of mine's house. Look at all, you're never gonna be able to see like so many amazing houseplants. I'm just like so inspired. And I wanted to check in. I have been doing some reading this morning and reading about meditation and just really grateful for this journey that I've been on since 96, opening the Creative Fitness Center and then beginning the coaching training with the Creatively Fit coaches starting in September 2010. Wow. Okay, so 11 years this month. And one of the things that has come up as a theme that I wanted to share is that getting creatively fit is really about you rediscovering, remembering your own creative self, like your authentic, most self-expressive, creative self. It's not about doing it my way or somebody else's way, or it's really not even about like tips and techniques and supplies and things like that. One of my favorite types of art is outsider art, and outsider art is characterized by people who are self-taught and painted with whatever they had on hand, tractor paint, melted crayons, like whatever. It's just they had to create. So a big theme that seems to be coming up this fall and will be a big theme of the Creatively Fit coaching training, kind of just a refocusing on this facet of it, is how can we each give ourselves permission to rediscover, remember our own kind of creative expression? And in this studio, we are mostly exploring painting as expression. I love dance. I love music. I think the reason that I was guided to focus on painting is because it seems to be a source of great fear and trepidation for so many people. It's being seen, right? I mean, dance and music kind of ripples out. We see it, we hear it, and then it's gone. The paintings remain, right? And so it's connected deeply to our own understanding of who we are and what people see when we show up in the world. And I do know that the call right now is to show up in the world as authentically, as radically self-expressive, as wild and free as we can, because that's where the newness happens, right? Not in the control, not in the tradition. It's in the newness and the self-expression that is authentic. It's in the heart that the change and transformation happens and will happen and continue to happen. So this painting practice is about really giving yourself permission to make mud if that's what's wanting to come through today, to paint wildly with abandon and release any fear of making mistakes. It is the ability to paint onto the canvas what it is you most deeply desire that maybe up until now you've even been afraid to say out loud or share with anybody. But you paint it onto the canvas, you layer it with color and infuse it with your creative energy and bring it to perhaps a point of symbolic expression, and that is where we find our life artistry, where we're really able to create deeply from a place of our own personal truth, the truth that existed within us has existed in our DNA and our hearts and our soul and spirit since we were conceived, right? Since the beginning of time and all our incarnations, however you want to explain that kind of permanency, that essence that we are. And I believe that we are across space and time, independent of this physical body. Our creative, sacred, and personal painting practice brings us back to really a truer expression of who we are. I've seen this over and over in the Tara program. We're all painting, inspired by the same figure, so to speak. And we do it differently. Each one is so different. Each one has a different feeling and energy coming through. Another focus in the Creatively Fit coaching training and in Vision Quest is the earth elements, which is why I love being surrounded by these plants right now. Mother Earth is the feminine. Creativity is the feminine energy. It's the Shakti. And there's so many ways, without any victim mentality, there's so many ways that the feminine has been suppressed and repressed and controlled and muted and edited and all the things that we know over the years. And I believe as infinite beings, we chose this kind of pendulum swing because we've got nothing but time. We're here to learn. And we all, mostly women on this group, got to be here now in order to be part of the pendulum swinging back to the feminine being empowered. When the feminine is empowered, creativity is empowered and honored. Nature, the environment, is empowered and honored. You see the connection. Women, creativity, Mother Earth, the feminine in all her forms, even as she exists in the masculine, that divine marriage within that's wanting to come back into balance. So getting creatively fit and this sacred and personal painting practice is medicine. It's energy work. And this is why I am so incredibly grateful to be able to share this practice with you and to empower others through the Creatively Fit coaching training to do the same. I can't do it alone. I fully believe that there are more people on this planet who would benefit and are desiring this level of authentic self-expression and living that I can possibly reach on my own. So through this network of Creatively Fit coaches that are now, I need to do a count, but we're at least 350, if not 400 worldwide. So how powerful is that to imagine if all of us got a couple people painting, new people painting every week, every month. I had a powerful experience with a friend's family that she brought over to my studio for like a wine and paint night, is how she described it to them. And right away, I asked, how many of you are here? Because Carol said you had to be here. And a couple of them raised their hand. And I'm like, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm excited that you don't want to be here because I know in the end you'll love it. And they did love it. And she kept texting me the ripple effects of the painting, which was authentic, honest expression amongst this family. They talked about and explored things together that they had never done before. And it's because the painting got them into that right hemisphere, that intuitive, love-based, interconnected frame of mind that facilitated and nurtured an environment where they could show up and support each other and speak honestly and lovingly. It's beautiful. So for you right now, get curious about how you can go to the canvas next with even more of a curiosity about how you want to express yourself in that moment. Just allow whatever comes through you. And if you're someone who gets inspired by the idea of helping and supporting and inspiring others, then do check out the Creatively Fit coaching training. There are about 5 spots left of 30. And we start October 1st. It's really, really lovely and valuable to have at least 5 days before we begin to do some of the preparation to really be a rainbow light in the world as we begin on October 1st. So, so check out that information. Just go to whitneyfreyastudio.com. The Creatively Fit Coaching training is right there in the featured courses, and click on that and you can read all the information. And there are tons of coaches on this page. I'm sure some of them will comment here, but first and foremost, for you, and share too below perhaps your journey. You know, my own was one from believing the art teacher that told me drawing wasn't my thing, which meant I wasn't good at drawing, right? I didn't draw naturally, realistically, to opening an art center in '96, still never having painted on a canvas, to getting to spend 25 years getting to know my own creative spirit and natural expression and sharing it with others. What is it for you? What have you discovered about yourself recently? Maybe share a painting in a post here that feels really authentic and raw. It could just be colors. It could be finger paints. You know, it could be a word. Like, you have permission to create whatever you desire, whatever's wanting to come through you on the canvas and in your life. And the more you do that with conviction and personal power and authenticity, the better all of us will be. So thank you for being here. I just wanted to pop in and share that with you, and I will see you soon.